Hi everyone. So I thought I would just talk about my skincare routine for you today. I've tried to do this video, I don't know, 4 times, and every time I've just rambled on and it's been disorganized and a mess. So hopefully I can do this without being too rambly and give an idea of what my skincare issues are, my concerns, that kind of thing, what I'm using, what's working. So I am 34 years old. I've had acne issues since I was 13 or so. They are not seemingly only hormonal, it's just kind of an ongoing cycle. I have most issues around my chin, as you can see, a fair amount of marks. I wouldn't consider these scars per se, they're just red marks that take a little bit to fade. I also have my skin kind of changed from extremely oily in the T-zone, where I would saturate a blotting sheet in, you know, a couple of hours, to a little bit closer to just kind of mildly oily to moderately oily in the T-zone, and my cheeks and under eye area and little bits of my forehead have gotten drier. I do have some textural issues. I have some bumps here on my chin that are just always hanging around. Also the kind of drier parts of here, I've had issues putting liquid foundation on. A lot of times it will kind of catch on the pores and then leave them looking kind of polka dotted. Primers never seem to help with that, etc. So I have a fair amount of kind of mild issues. I also do tend to get redness in my nose, my cheeks, and just kind of a little bit more darkness around my chin. My actual coloring is, I would say, on my face is around NC10, but my neck is a good shade to shade and a half lighter than that. So, you know, I have kind of a contrast of my face is quite a bit darker, and the redness and whatnot kind of makes it look a little bit more dark than it actually is. So that's an overview of my kind of skin situation. You know, of course, I do have a true like wrinkle kind of forming here, or it's already there, and a little bit of one right there, just kind of where I smile. And I have a fair amount of kind of fine lines around my eyes. So I am looking to address the acne issues and the anti-aging issues. So first I'll just give you what I use in the morning and what I use in the evening, and then what seems to be working for me, what I want to change, and that kind of thing. So first thing I use in the morning is the Neutrogena Fresh Foaming Cleanser. I picked this up based on a recommendation from Paula's Choice's Beautypedia. The next step is Paula's Choice Skin Perfecting 2% BHA Gel. And this is just salicylic acid. I apply this everywhere over my face, a little bit around my eye area, but not on my lid or up close to the lash line. It does say avoiding direct contact with eyes and lips. So I do kind of give it a perimeter around my eyes to avoid it getting it in my eyes. Next step is the Paula's Choice Clear Daily Skin Clearing Treatment. This is the 2.5% benzoyl peroxide. I apply this anywhere I might get blemishes, so that's kind of in this area all right here, on top of my nose, but I try to avoid the sides here because I do get dryness there, and kind of the center of my forehead. I rarely get blemishes on my cheeks, so I do not apply this there. The next step I use is the CeraVe Facial Moisturizing Lotion, and I apply this anywhere that I have a tendency to get a little dry. So that's kind of above my eyebrows, up kind of around this part of my forehead, around my nose, all under my cheeks and the corners here, on my eyelids, kind of this whole like area here, except for this part of my forehead. I don't put it on top of my nose. I put it right here on my chin, but not here on my chin because this tends to get dry. And I think that's it. So it's mostly kind of the oily spots that I do not put this on. And then last step in the morning is this Paula's Choice Skin Balancing Ultra Sheer Daily Defense SPF 30, and this says it's for normal, oily, and combination skin. So that is the morning routine. this SPF plus moisturizer is not really enough for me. And the amount of shine you see on my face, this is immediately after I apply this. That's what finish this gives. So it says hydrates without adding shine. For me, it definitely does not give me a matte finish. I'm not concerned about that, but it's just something to note. This isn't oil, this is just the finish from this SPF. And this is not obviously enough moisture. I may have said that already. I also take issue with the kind of packaging. The SPF kind of comes out of the thing and kind of goops up in the lid here, and so you actually get kind of little dried chunks of the SPF in this when you're pumping it out, or squeezing it out rather. So I will not be repurchasing this. I do like the BHA Gel. This, I think, has helped the texture issues here. It seems to be helping fade the red marks a little bit faster than previous. Let's see, I'm not a huge fan of this face wash. It does have a scent and I don't really like the scent. It says it's a makeup remover and cleanser in one. When I've tried to use this to remove eye makeup, it's not so great at it. So it's okay in the morning. I will use the bottle, but it's not my favorite. As far as the, well, I'll discuss the kind of acne issues once I go over my evening routine. So in the evening, the first thing I do is I wash my face in the shower. I use cold cream. This is just the Walgreens Studio 35 Beauty brand, and it says compare to Pond's cold cream. So I apply this on my eye makeup. If I still visibly have foundation on my face, which a lot of times the oil will kind of break down my foundation, I'll put it everywhere. But in general, I'm just using this for eye makeup removal. It doesn't wash away. It does leave an oily film on your face, so that's something to keep in mind, as opposed to like a cleansing balm, which is more likely to wash away clean. And then the next step I'm using, this is a deluxe sample, most likely. This came in a Sample Society Allure box that I no longer subscribe to, and it's the Extremely Gentle Skin Cleanser from CellCeuticals. So I use this to wash all of my face, including very briefly around my eyes, to kind of remove a little bit of the excess kind of oil that's left by the cold cream. It does say avoid direct contact with eyes as well, so don't want to be rubbing this into your face too much. Then once I get out of the shower, dry off my face, I apply again the 2% salicylic acid BHA gel, then the 2.5% benzoyl peroxide, and in both cases I do have to let that dry for a few minutes. So I'll do something else, let that all soak in, and then the next step in the evening is this Paula's Choice Skin Balancing Super Antioxidant Concentrate Serum, and this is the one with retinol in it. And then CeraVe PM, I apply this all over my face, everywhere, as opposed to the kind of spot areas in the morning. And then the last step at night that I've incorporated, I had requested a deluxe sample of the Paula's Choice BHA 9. So this is kind of a concentrated salicylic acid. It's a higher percentage treatment, and I've been trying to use this on the kind of bumpy areas where I tend to get patches of dryness around here, to see if it would help. I've used this, I think, for 4 or 5 days now, and I have not really noticed any decrease in the bumps around my chin. So as far as my acne situation goes, that's the whole shebang. Previously, what I've used for treating blemishes, in the past I've used like Clean and Clear's 2%, I think it's 2%, salicylic acid gel. For spot treatment. That wasn't really working for me. I went to a dermatologist. I got a prescription for, it was a combination of sulfur and then sodium sulfacetamide. I don't remember. It's a combination of sulfur and something else. and that worked pretty well. But after my pregnancy, I kind of had changed my whole routine to exclude a lot of those active ingredients, and then now bringing back things like retinol and whatnot. And I wanted to kind of start fresh with treating my acne, so I decided to go with Paula's choice with the BHA Gel and the Benzoyl Peroxide. I have used Gel in the past, the 10% concentration, I believe. And that was just so irritating to my skin. It made my entire chin area super red, really dried out. It was too much for my face. So I was looking to try a lower concentration. Now, in the past, I usually got maybe 2 or 3 of those really deep kind of nodule type blemishes a month. The ones that are really sore, very red, very deep under the skin, just kind of a big lump, you know, they don't come to a head like a regular blemish. Kind of like cystic acne, though I'm not sure if it's actually cystic acne. But not a lot of kind of small blemishes. Since I've started this whole routine, I have more of the small blemishes, but I haven't had one of those really deep blemishes probably since 2 weeks after starting this whole routine. So that is really great. I might try the 5% next time after I run out of the 2.5%. I'm not really sure. See if that would help kind of clear up those small blemishes. And like I think I mentioned before, I feel the texture has improved with either the retinol and the BHA. I'm not really sure which one that is doing the job there. That's definitely improved. The red marks seem a little bit faster. The small blemishes seem to heal a little bit faster. So that's really working pretty well for me. I really do like the CeraVe moisturizer. This one's a really good one. It absorbs really nicely. It's very comfortable on my skin. Hello? Alright, so trying to wrap this up. I'm running out of battery. Talked to my brother for an hour. So not sure where I left off, but I would not repurchase this serum most likely. It is extremely silicone based, so it's almost like the Smashbox Photo Finish primer in the consistency. You have to use quite a lot in order for it to really spread on your face. And I'm not a huge fan of that kind of super slippery, almost greasy, velvety feel. It does say that it's really good for a makeup primer, but I don't find that it really kind of, you know, a lot of those types of primers, they really kind of smooth over your pores and mattify a little, and this doesn't this doesn't really do that for me. So I'm not sure how great of a primer it would be, except for the silicone probably does help the slip of your foundation going over the top of it. So I have purchased a Neutrogena Rapid Wrinkle serum, something like that, that I'm going to use next, which is mostly retinol, does not have the antioxidants, but the CeraVe moisturizer does have a lot of antioxidants and hyaluronic acid. So I think that should cover me on that front between the serum and the moisturizer. I'm also going to be using something different from this Paula's Choice SPF moisturizer because it's just not enough moisture for me. I don't like the packaging, and when I put this on, I don't know if it's just a matter of the other products I have on my face, but this last step almost always causes some stinging around my nose. I don't like that. So I have bought the AM version of the CeraVe, which also has SPF. It's more normal to dry skin, whereas this is more for combo oily skin. Even though it says normal, it's not really enough moisture, I think, for normal skin. But there is, I've got to double check the SPF that's actually in the CeraVe. I don't think it's broad spectrum based on the little warning on the back. So I'm going to look into the actual SPF products in there, see if it's not check to see whether or not it is actually fully broad spectrum. Sorry if the lighting is all crazy town. It is very overcast today, and I just wanted to get this video finished. So hopefully that was a little bit more organized, give you an idea of where I am with my skincare, what I like, what I don't like, and I am so shiny right now. Let me know if you've used any of these products and how they worked out for you. If you have any, specific recommendations with Paula's Choice products. I do like some of them, but others I'm not crazy about. I also take a little bit of an issue with the packaging on the benzoyl peroxide. It has a tendency to kind of leak into the cap, and that kind of drives me crazy. Yeah, so let me know if you have any questions about my skin type, how I use these products, and anything I'm using. I would love to hear from you. I hope you are having a wonderful day, and thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you soon.